Jai Baba. Today I'm going to read a few passages from the Mahabharata. I'm going to read something from a talk from Apasni Maharaj, and then something from Meher Baba, and then my poetry. A man of wisdom is never angered or upset, never dejected or excited, nor does he crave the stimulation of the senses. Unshakable as the Himalayas, he abides in the sweet serenity of his true nature. One who welcomes both joy and sorrow with equanimity, neither rejoicing at good fortune nor defeated by grief, is not only even-tempered, but a master of life. Finish tomorrow's tasks today. Complete in the morning what you had planned for the afternoon. One never knows when death will come. There are thousands of ways to feel pain, grief, and distress, and hundreds of opportunities for fear and worry. But pain only frightens and debilitates the ignorant. It cannot deter or even startle the noble few. And from Apasni Maharaj, Baba's master. Physical ailments and afflictions, really speaking, oblige a person a good deal. Our real friends in this world are ailments, afflictions, difficulties, and troubles of all types. Nobody in this world is able to lead you to God except ailments and difficulties. They can directly lead you to Godhood. People have no idea about it. You all belong to God. You are all liked by God. He is ever impatient to see you. You are not impatient to see him, but he is. How then to make you meet him? To do so, he puts you in all sorts of ailments and difficulties. When God becomes very impatient to have somebody, he at once throws in his way all sorts of unsurmountable difficulties, one after another, in quick succession. The person simply gets tired and disgusted with everything. In fact, it is God who meets him first in the form of all the ailments and difficulties. Ailments and difficulties are very essential for a person who is sincerely desirous of attaining Godhood. If, however, you have no ailments or difficulties, and you are desirous of meeting him, then you will have to breed on yourself some ailments, difficulties, and troubles in the cause of God. That is the only way without which you cannot attain Godhood. And from Meher Baba, Hamipur, 1952, November. People should look upon physical and mental sufferings as gifts from God. They bring their own lessons of the futility of the passing and the intrinsic worth of the eternal. When accepted with grace and understood in their very root cause, they chasten the soul and introduce it to the abiding happiness of truth. All of these poems, except the last three that I'll read, were written in Myrtle Beach. The last three at our cottage in the mountains in Sapphire. Faith, The darkness of night deepens. I fold my hands and look to the heavens. O beloved, what is this darkness in my eyes? Why do these shadows persist? You say there is no curtain between us. You say you are always here. You say you will never leave me. All these words are written on my heart. Innumerable galaxies and solar systems, countless planets and stars. You are the sole supreme celestial body. The universe revolves around you. This world follows an ancient path. The axial tilt goes round and round. You, beloved, are never eclipsed. This earth is the jewel of your creation. This darkness is false light. This vastness is all imagination. Let your light illumine my shadows. Let your light cleanse my darkness. Looking up, I see the unseen. The galactic illusion disappears. May my faith in you become limitless, like your arms encompassing this cosmic dance. You never know. That's the title of this poem, You Never Know. Anita is talking on the phone. I can hardly hear her happy, loving words. There is laughter and a long silence. I might have heard the words chips and dip. I have been reclining in my chair, hobbled by something that has no name. I smile at your photograph, saying your name. My days pass in a comfortable way. At this point, at this juncture, I am wrapping things up, tidying up loose ends, cleaning up, because you never know. I know I don't know. I like this new phase, this new life. I tell you at day's end all my activities, all my concerns. You always smile back at me. I nod my head more and more looking at you. You give me assurance. You provide direction. What would I do without you? Anita must be in a distant room. I cannot hear her sweet laugh. Outside my window, a bird flies off, the branch bobbing and nodding until it does not. Here and not here. You who are here and not here visited last night while my body slept. You asked me a question. You asked what I wanted. This seemed peculiar to me. The beloved asking his lover this question. The question stayed with me throughout the night. This question became my preoccupation. Knowing you are the master of every language, knowing you know every nuance, I could not answer your question. How was I to even try? You are master and beloved. You are my real self. You know my history from beginning to end. You are my history from beginning to end. I woke at the first blush of dawn. The room was quiet. I opened my eyes. I remembered your question, your sudden departure, that moment of moments. The answer already on my lips to something I had always known. It came to me as I slept. Love for the sake of love and nothing more. The gem mine of your name. Going to Mr. Mundy's corner store, buying packs of baseball cards, throwing out the chewing gum. I only wanted the real deal. I was an enthusiast at an early age, had all the greats, the big ones, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron. Let's not forget Roberto Clemente and Whitey Ford. I also collected stamps of the world, stamps from China, Vatican City, Great Britain, Australia, Canada, and India. I visited all these countries and more, acquiring, gathering, saving. I was a collector of what was of interest. I enjoyed the search, the pursuit. I knew what I was looking for. Later, I became an art collector. It was a treasure hunt, an exploration, looking for the real amongst the false. My eye, that of an eagle, a tiger. Now I have become a specialist. The value of what I collect is priceless. I have amassed a fortune beyond compare. I found the gem mine of your name. Now the first line of this poem sort of is fitting for this time of year here in Myrtle Beach. The title of this poem is The Right Words. I live in a carnival town, something for nearly everyone. Bright lights and false promises. I don't have time for it now. The world is just beyond my window. I seem to see it less and less. The sun rises, and so do I. My movement diminishes like late morning shadows. I sit in my chair more each day. I know every shade of sunlight. Outside my window, the scenery is a stage set. It is true what they say about the world. Oh, beloved, my comfort has become uncomfortable. In the distance, I hear the Morse code of a warbler. I appreciate the interruption, thankful for anything that takes me out of myself. My bones are brittle, my blood thinning. My heart is an entity unto itself. Sometimes it flies off on its own accord, its paper wings too close to the sun. I write to you each morning. I hear your voice, even if I don't see you. Just once, beloved, I might find the right words, words that will more closely resemble you and me. So Anita oftentimes reads to me before I go to sleep. And so this poem, Anita plays an important part. On dreaming. I don't remember the last words Anita read. I had already drifted out the window, floating slowly over trees and rooftops, out to sea, leaving the day behind. This is the stuff of sleep. We go places, yet remain here. It could be anywhere or nowhere. It is an airport without the planes. Last night I traveled to another dimension in a Rambler station wagon with vaguely familiar people. We passed a billboard with the startling message: "You are now entering a space-time continuum." You, beloved, must want to wake me up. I know you are always standing over me, watching to see when this will happen. I grow tired of this dreaming and dreaming. Today at lunch, eating an almond butter sandwich, I had to pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Dream characters, dream landscapes, dream, dream, dream. Wake me, beloved, so there is only you. You put your arms into the well of illusion. Eventually, everything that is real jumps out. I am ready, willing, and able to leap out of this dream and into your arms. Gatherer of breezes, what news from my beloved? The morning breeze portends the day. Your messages come without notice. I have become a gatherer of breezes. Your fragrance lingers only for the moment. It passes before I can realize you have been here and gone. Your scent is rose, gardenia, and much more. I walk the yard in springtime. Bees, birds, butterflies fill the air. I live in a garden of otherworldly delight. I look for you in every direction. Oh, beloved, every breeze emanates from you. I am a catcher of breezes. Your scent is an epiphany within a revelation. Show yourself and manifest my destiny. Today I see you. Today I see your radiant face in a wildflower. I see the meaning of life in the wings of a butterfly. I hear your arti sung by 3 standing choir birds. The om of the bumblebee stuns and dazes me. Oh, beloved, I have been with you for ages. I know you have always been with me. It is all one and the same. Your freshening breeze blows throughout eternity. Freedom. We have been together for ages. When have we ever been apart? I was a particle of dust caught in your tresses, the beginning of a thrilling divine romance. As stone, your foot touched me. How can the insensate possibly know bliss? A lover fashioned a crown for your head, my metal warming next to your skin. I grew as vegetable in a lowly field. You consumed me, and I nourished you. I was a worm wriggling upon your big toe. You laughed and gently put me beside you. As fish, I was caught in your net, flopping directly into your arms. I became a nightingale in a tree outside your window. You once pointed at me and remarked on my song. I was a tiger, fiercest in the jungle. When I perished, you sat upon my skin. You promoted me, and I became man. I stood upright so I could worship you. As man, I suffered repeated disillusionments. I wandered and strayed countless times until your sweet gaze fell upon me, uncaging me so I could experience your freedom. The Ancient One. I am the doting grandfather, the patient mother, the curious child. I am all that came before me and out of me. I am the one with outstretched arms encircling the heavens. I am the one kneeling beside your bed. I am footless and headless, helpless and hopeless. I am the silent comet streaking across the midnight sky. I am the blazing sun setting and sinking into the cool ocean. I am the many splendid fingers of the roseate dawn. I am the glistening rainbow shining after the sullen storm. I am the empty spoon that longs to be fed. I am the listener to that which cannot be spoken. I am the lover always looking to love. I am the picture, photo, and painting on the wall. I am the song that never stops singing. I am the stream, river, and ocean of tears. I am every footstep on the path to the beloved's door. I am the untold tale and the long, tall story. I am everything you could possibly imagine. I am nothing that is not worth repeating. I am the heart within the heart perpetually beating. I am the soft moonlight on the new fallen snow. I am the unseen kiss and embrace least expected. I am the deliverer of this world and the next. I am in the sylvan forest, glades, and lush, fragrant gardens. I am the depthless depth and the darkest netherlands. I am king, queen, pawn. I am checkmate. I am the seeker and the sought. I am the lover and the beloved. I am the way and the goal. I am the Ancient One. This next is I wrote just before Mother's Day from my mother. My mother was a lover of God. In fact, my mother named me John because I was born on December 27th, the birth date of John. Jesus is John, the disciple John. My mother read to me when I was a child from the Lives of the Saints, Francis of Assisi, Teresa of Avila, Catherine of Siena. I felt I knew them all because I heard the story so many times. So I wrote this just before Mother's Day. It's titled, Soon Enough. Lonely but never alone, my mother readies herself for sleep, unclasping her hair, washing her face, brushing her teeth. Ellen's nightly ritual, performed ever since she can remember. She turns the small lamp off, settling in bed. Her left hand palm down on the soft cotton sheet. Her right hand resting just above her abdomen. Soon sleep will claim her and move her to safe harbor. First, prayers are said, remembering friends and loved ones, those with difficulties seemingly too difficult to overcome, those with maladies that cannot be named. She remembers them all and asks God to watch over them. Sometimes she falls into sleep and forgets who she is. She dreams of walking on long forgotten streets. She visits people vaguely familiar. Upon waking at 1 or 2, she continues remembering, a connection that keeps her busy until sleep comes again. Waking at 4, sitting up on the side of her bed, Ellen whispers softly, "Come, Lord, come soon." She gestures into the unseen vastness of night. Her beloved, closer than her own breath, smiles. Her time has not yet come. Her longing just a puff of breeze, and not the tornado that will destroy everything she once knew. The vine of her love still growing and ripening. The flowers to come, just beginning to bud. And so it goes, and will go. A lover bending herself into the shape most pleasing to her beloved. A shape that has no shape at all. One exceedingly fine day, her soul will realize what all lovers eventually come to know, that now is and always will be soon enough. Now, this next one has a story to it, and I saw an old friend recently, and he said, "John, you write the same poem over and over again." Now, he said it as a compliment. He said it in a loving way. But anyway, I utilized that in this poem. This poem's called The Same Poem. Someone said I write the same poem over and over and over again. I had no reply. What can I say? It is true. I have only one theme. I may have become monotonous, but my dullness has a spit shine. My concentration has narrowed and limited, like looking through the wrong end of a telescope. I savor my lack of interest in the world. It has come through solitary focus. It is due to my preoccupation. I have only one subject and only one object. My days are spent in observation. They pass peacefully like leaves from trees. My evenings are calm and tranquil, like an idyllic tropical island. I can no longer take issue, take sides. I am seeing the forest and the trees. I am forgetting everything in between. I am no longer judge or jury. If I knew what comes next, I would happily tell you. All I know is the days pass away. I thank my beloved for all and everything. I am content sitting in a comfortable chair. I am becoming the Rock of Gibraltar, sitting, gazing, and watching the show of life passing before my eyes. Yeah. Well, this next one, I would say that we all have moments where we experience God's infinitely great majesty. And this poem is trying to get at that. It's titled Almost As If. It was one of those days too hot for the season. The insects whining, complaining about the heat, their wings droning a dirge-like rhythm, their bodies haphazardly spinning against the still tropic air. The only signpost of normalcy, an outlier, a single cotton cauliflower cumulus cloud, stubborn, unmoving, and directly overhead, temporarily blocking the midday rays of an unforgiving sun. Even the dogs stopped their incessant barking, lying and lounging beneath the neem and yellow trumpet bush, the only sound an occasional car or truck's engine, hissing their exclamations on the highway through town. This could have been any country, but it was the country of my beloved's birth. This heat, these sounds, given supernal significance. I was taken into something greater than myself. There are moments one never forgets. The supernormal slipping into the supernatural. The limited self becoming unlimited, almost as if the world within forgets its own existence. All moments are gone before we know it. What is left is God's great gift, which he serves up on a silver platter, which he prepared so long ago, before you were even you. This one I wrote the day before we went up to our cottage in the mountains in Sapphire, just thinking about being up there. This is titled Treasure. A Carolina turtle dove coos in an old maple tree. A wisp of breeze caresses my already cool forehead. I am kneeling in the soft alluvia at the bottom of the small waterfall. The sun glints on the mica-encrusted rock. The swishing sound of water moving ever so smoothly. A tiny rainbow appears above the scattering spray. My eyes momentarily blinded by beauty. I am panning for gold. No one knows my business. Looking for the telltale sheen and shine that informs me I've found a priceless nugget. I am a prospector looking for treasure. Everything real is buried beneath and within. I know my beloved has prepared a packet for me. I find a little more each day of what he left for me. I sing my mining song to pass the time. The tune, like falling water, runs freely. The words change with the angle of light. I never sing the same song twice. Someday I will find what I've been looking for. Something I never knew I was searching for. Something you left for me before this world began. Someone that was with me all along. Now I got to catch my breath before I read this next one. This next one I wrote the morning after we arrived up in Sapphire. Woke up just before dawn. And this poem is one of those gifts from beloved Baba that just came all in one piece. I sat on the side of the bed with a flashlight and wrote this in my little notebook. It's titled Dawn Litany. I am looking within for come what may. I am a dot on the map of creation. I am a cliff dweller and deep sea diver. My monastery is an ocean of stars. I stumble and cry out to you, a stormy sea wailing at high tide, a silence yearning and aching to speak, a hungry child calling its mother. You are the sword and you are the song. You are the one fallen and the one risen. You are the ardent prayer on your lover's lips. You are the garden in the palace of the heart. You watch over this ordeal of fire. You send rain to the desert dweller. You provide every necessity. Your great felicity is your unbounded compassion. You are father and mother. You hear the jagged mountains of complaint. You also hear the commodious fountains of praise. You are the echo of all that is true and beautiful. You are tender-hearted when you wish to be. You are the brilliant diamond, strong and flawless. You are the knots. You cut the knots that bind us to this world. You lead us into the next world and the next. You are the firelight in the great distance. You are the moon just over my shoulder. You are the tear that forms in the corner of your lover's eye. You are the voice whispering in my ear just before dawn. How can I ever begin to list your qualities? How many stars are in the heavens? How many grains of sand in the desert? Your beneficence is an oasis of grace. All life is a prayer. Your mercy is inexplicable. Your showers soak and saturate every fiber. Your bountiful love, a garden of paradise. We get a lot of storms in the mountains. I always love them when they come in the night near the echoing thunder. This one's titled Merciful. A brief heavy shower arrives in the night. The thunder first, then the pelting rain. I listen as it intensifies, then diminishes. I fall into a deep, merciful sleep. There is no sweetness like your forgiveness. Every sinner has tasted this joy. You carry us across the boggy places. You are the holy water in our desert. You are just too much love. How can we explain the inexplicable? You give when least expected. You forgive before we even know it. Not that we know anything at all. This is your great blessing. guiding us through the carnival of life, taking our hand, giving us direction. I am a penitent. My life is a prayer. I start anew each day. You provide all daily requirements. It is truly a match made in heaven. This morning, opening the doors and windows, there is bird song and a fragrant breeze, the divine passing through my body, my being, going straight to the center of my heart. And the last one, dust we must become. Swallow this moment and the next. Take his name with every breath. The beloved says this life is ephemeral. The fabric, the cloak, must be torn asunder. What hope is there for any of us? Never justify anything you think, say, or do. Obedience to him annihilates the self. Ruination gives the keys to the kingdom. Some say it is all illusion. Some say it is all Baba. What can I say? How can I respond? A man who knows nothing, nothing at all. The lover accepts whatever comes his way. It is all a tryout, all an examination. The beloved is at the helm. Keep rowing merrily through the chaos and madness. This show has a beginning and end. Always smile and remember him. Tear the curtain from the stage. Become the envy of the gods and kings. It is true what the prophets say. Dust we are, and dust we must become. We are born again every moment. Baba, 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 Meher Baba. What can I say after that? Jai Baba.